Sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. I'm eating bacon. If I didn't humiliate my dad enough last time, this time we get to have a double whammy. Now, typically, you know it's always awkward. I know a lot of people that have had awkward encounters with their parents about this, but mine was very, very awkward and horrible timing. Horrible. I grew up with 3 older sisters. My parents were probably used to telling the birds and the bees to my sisters, which probably is a different dynamic and strategy to tell them than you tell your son. My mom really didn't tell me about the birds and the bees. She hinted at some things about how it works. I already knew how it all worked. The world had already got to me. I was 11 years old, all right? And sadly, nowadays, that's way late. We're like 5 years late.
Oh, it took longer than I expected.
I was also a competitive speech and debater when I was homeschooled. I traveled domestically all the time and competed at tournaments. I later did this all throughout college, and I still love it today and teach it myself. Anyway, I was at a tournament, and I did exceptionally well. I say that because I felt on top of the world, and I wanted everything to be revolved around me at 11 years old. Go figure, right? So this tournament was about 3 hours away, and my dad tells my mom, don't take him home. I want to come pick him up and take him home.
What?
I wonder why. So I'm feeling on top of the world. I just got done getting all these awards. I felt excited and happy. And it's not that the birds and the bees is a negative thing, but at that age, it's just embarrassing. Like, it's just an awkward topic. If parents would just talk to their kids as if they were friends with the child, that would just be loads different. Rather than going into detail about things, don't. Leave it alone.
I can't get into details because it's super classified.
It's just awkward when you're a kid. No matter what, it's gonna be awkward. So I have like 5 trophies in my hands, and I'm like all on top of the world. And then I see my dad, says congratulations and all that stuff, and he says, hey, I'm gonna drive you home. And I'm thinking, is it mom taking me home? But okay. We get in the car, and then we talk for about, I don't know, 3 minutes. That's it. All the freedom I get before hell breaks loose. Okay, you couldn't have given me an hour or any time to process what's gonna happen right now.
And I am like not prepared at all for it.
3 minutes go by, and he starts off this conversation.
Andrew, you know you're full male and you have male body parts, right?
Yeah.
Good, I mean, I expect you would. You know women have different body parts, right?
Yes.
Did your mom and I ever tell you about how you kids were conceived?
Are you kidding me? You haven't told me the story, but I know how it works. That's how he started out this entire conversation. You want to know what's worse? Watch.
Yeah, so male genitalia and female genitalia are different, and how they work is birds and the bees, birds and the bees, birds and the bees, birds and the bees, but birds and the bees, birds and the bees, if bees and the birds, birds and the bees, and bees and the birds, and birds and bees and the birds, and birds and the bees. So do you understand now?
The man went into severe detail about how the birds and the bees work, not what the birds and the bees is. My dad is a very smart man. He has a master's in anatomy and physiology. Anatomy and physiology. So when I say he went into detail, let's just say I know too much about birds and bees.
You just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
And after he gets done with his 10-minute awkward spiel, we drive another 2 hours and 45 minutes in silence. I know he means well. But what scarred me was the conversation, not the birds and the bees. The detail he went into. Stop it!
Whatever's going on here, stop it immediately.
Titles, functions, techniques. That's all I need. I don't need the blueprints about how to build a building. I just need the framework. My speech and debate champion celebration was over and ruined. So we finally arrived 2 hours and 45 minutes later, and I have all of my little awards and trophies, and I go inside the house, drop them off, and just go right to my room because I don't want to talk anymore, man. Like, leave me alone for at least a minute to comprehend what drive that was.
What?
And after I'm in my bedroom, guess who knocks on the door to check if I'm okay? My father.
Andrew, you doing okay? Do we need to talk a little bit more?
Hell no, to the no, 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 hell to the no.
No! No, we don't! You're done. You've done your time, and you did it horribly. Get out of my doorway! Thanks, guys, so much for watching, and make sure to check out other videos I have, and I love seeing you. And tell other people about the videos.
Later, fam.
Stop